Hello, people. So, a little bit different from my normal streams and normal times. Today, we're actually going to start with a DnD one-shot. If things go well, I do hope to do more D&D stuff in the future because D&D is awesome. As you can see above my head, I do want to thank HeroMachine.com. They have this really cool little easy-to-use program for making custom little characters. And I have permission to use them on the stream. That's where the various players' characters are coming from, and our monsters will see. Important note for those curious is it will be different from normal D&D, as there will not be a battle map for anybody. So that will be interesting. Without further ado, let's go ahead and move on, and we'll get this started. So, our players from left to right on my screen, we'll start with Preacher, if you want to introduce yourself at all.
Hi.
There's Preacher.
Done Preacher.
Next we have Alistair, our newest to D&D, as Preacher has actually played before. Alistair?
Hello!
Alright, and then Jill, as a experienced D&D player, if you want to introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all?
Alright, and I'm fixing myself because I was hiding behind my DM screen.
Isn't that kind of the point of a DM screen?
Yes, but you couldn't see my face, and it is a beautiful face.
Ah, you wish.
At least I didn't say it.
Alright.
I was tempted.
Oh, so was I. Don't worry.
So, our adventurers today. We bring them to the world of... Well, actually I forget the world name, but to the Imperial City of Ironcraft.
You created it!
Yeah, doesn't mean that I've named it yet. Alright, do buttons. Sorry, one of the things I'll be doing for the players is giving them the same pictures I'm pulling up on screen. I'm just inexperienced at all of this stuff.
I'm going to avoid making a comment.
Sure.
Alright. The Imperial City is, easiest description, think kind of early Victorian era England. It's pretty dingy, just on the cusp of modernization. Pretty tight living spaces, and high population. About 40 years ago, there was a rebellion that radically altered the life for everybody around them. And this has given rise to chaos and thieves guilds aplenty. Alright, we will start with Jill. Jill, you are part of the Thieves Guild. Your father, Garthok, raising you from young, him being a half-orc, found you and raised you, has brought you forth, and it is time for your first independent mission, although you will be teamed, you are told, with a few other newbies. You are led into an audience chamber, where you meet with a member of the Black Hand. As things lag for me. Yes, there are better DMs out there who memorize this stuff. Alright. So this is a middle finger of the Black Hand, one that you are not familiar with, draped in a thick cloak. And he informs you that you are going on a very a very important mission today. Young Jill, as I said, you're going on this important mission today. As it's your first solo mission, we're going to see how well you are at gathering intel. What questions do you have?
What's the job?
You're going to be sending a message to a rival organization.
I think I can do that.
Good. Now then, we're going to bring in one person you might have seen before to join you. It is also his first independent mission. And then we'll bring in another that we just picked up off the docks. Preacher, get your ass in here. Alistair, these are the two you're beating. Get your ass in here too. All of you, talk.
Hello.
Jill looks them up and down.
My character will just lean up against the wall, not saying anything.
What am I looking at as I look them up and down?
Would you guys like to describe yourselves? We'll start with Preacher.
I am a tall warforged, again, draped in a coat of some sort. You'd see Preacher walk up and just kind of offer his hand, not really saying much other than a short hello.
Jill nods, not accepting your handshake.
Oh.
At least one of you can follow instructions so far. And Alistair, describe yourself for the party.
I am a hooded kobold with a rare mutation, that being I have wings.
And Jill, describe yourself.
Jill's an Ironcraft, a black barn owl Ironcraft. Short. Very short, even for an Ironcraft. And, kinda does her best to blend into all shadows. Not super talkative, but you see she's holding a cup of something.
Alright, well, since you guys want to talk, makes a note on a clipboard, I'll just give you the details. A new upstart young group called, they can't even name themselves respectively, the BBC, or Bodacious Breasts Clan.
I can't.
Yes, we know, it's ridiculous. It's a couple of rejects who tried to make it here in the Black Hand, but man, were they stupid. And one of them decided he was going to start his own thieves guild.
Do I know them?
You might have seen him around. His name is Kyle. He's a big, buff, unapologetic jerk who failed to understand subtlety. He's pretty good at extortion and only that.
Why is it always my name?
Your name's Alistair. I'm confused.
Not in character.
I came up with names at random. Trust me, it's yes. Anyways,
Uh-huh,
with him
sure.
is Chad. He's terrible. Honestly, we should have killed him while he was here.
He's such a Chad.
Yeah. I mean, the crimes he's committed they're not for the faint of heart. And we're like the top thieves guild of the city. So if we're saying his crimes are bad, you know it's terrible. And then a couple of other shits. I think some new ones joined him too, but they're unimportant. But the important thing here is that you're sending them a message, and that message is they have taken in Karen. She tried to work with us as well, botched a job, ran off with a large sum of gold, and is now under their protection.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Wasn't a biggest fan.
Well, that's good, because your objective? Infiltrate their base after finding it, and kill her.
Good, I do get to finally stab her.
We're going to show Karen to Life's manager.
Yes, we are.
I don't care as long as I get paid.
There will be compensation, assuming you all perform adamantly. Remember, this is also your entry test into the guild. The only objective we care about is that Karen is killed. Whether you sneak in or butcher the lot of them, we don't care.
Right.
Any questions you wish to ask me before we send you out?
Any information on their hideout?
Ah, there we go, somebody asking questions. Yes, we know, but we want you to find out. We will give you a bit of guidance, though. They are located somewhere in the warehouse district by the airship's dockyard.
That shouldn't be too difficult.
What were their specialties while they were here?
Well, the two that I mentioned, mostly enforcement. Neither one of them were good at subtlety. Kyle was mostly a leg breaker, but he's kind of charismatic to at least that type. And then we of course have Chad, and he was a cutthroat, backstabber, good with a dagger ish. They could have been something.
Deceptive at all? Or will I easily be able to slip past them from what you understand?
I guess we'll find out. I don't keep tabs on all of you newbies and your skills. I just know I'm supposed to tell you what to do.
Newbie.
Hey, you're not initiated yet. You're a newbie.
Except I've been here longer than most others.
Uh-huh, unofficially. Whatever Garthok decided to do is on him. The guild only cares about now moving forward. Preacher, you've been a bit quiet. Do you have a question?
Not really. My questions were answered when the other two asked theirs.
Good, a listener. Alright, then off with you. I'm not answering any more questions. And with that, he shoos you from the room.
Once Jill exits, she goes and tries to find Garthok.
Make an investigation check. So, for those at home to see...
Helps if I'm in the right chat.
Yes.
I would like to listen in on any conversations for possible info on
Okay, so you're gonna head out
anything important.
You're gonna head out into town on your own to listen around, or listen around the Thieves Guild?
Both.
Okay, we'll start with the Thieves Guild. Go ahead and make me a perception check. So as you see how Jill just did theirs, pull up your character sheet, look what your perception bonus is.
Alright.
Alright, Jill.
Let's see here.
You look around for Garthok, you check all the usual places, and you look and you look and you look for tracks even. And while he's nowhere to be seen, you can tell that he's been around recently and are pretty confident he's actively avoiding you right now.
Jill goes to one of their usual haunts where she's pretty sure he was last. Sighs and just yells, "God damn it, Dad!"
You hear a deep, orcish chuckle from a slight off to your left, but when you turn, there's nothing there. Alright, so Alistair.
Alright. So, I get a +0 to perception, so let's see here. Just roll a d20 then?
Yeah, if it's just a d20.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's alright. As you're listening in, you do pick up little hushed conversations here and there, talking about various illicit activities, plans on what nobles to rob, about the great heist that happened a couple days ago, something along the lines of the noble house of the Stallers had a lot of gold taken from them. But in regards to your search specifically for the whereabouts of the hideout, you don't hear a peep. A couple of people notice you walk around and they shut up immediately, and you can guess that they know they're not supposed to tell you anything.
Would it be a pain if I tried to interrogate someone?
You can try. I will give you the free advice that that's probably not a good idea, as you're a new person taken in, and you have no idea how skilled any of these thieves could possibly be.
If anyone was gonna succeed, it'd probably be me.
More than likely.
But even Jill's not,
Yeah.
Crazy
gonna
enough.
try that bullshit.
Yep.
Hmm.
So from
I
here,
wonder if there is anyone alone that I could sneak off to some dark place where no one else is around that I can interrogate.
you get the feeling, considering this is a test, that all of the Thieves Guild has been informed that the initiates are doing their test today, and that they're not to reveal anything about the mission to send a message. So everyone is being on their toes to avoid you. That being said, some of them are being very blatant about it, and you get the sense by the jingle from some of their gear that they're way, way above your pay grade. Jill recognizes a couple of indexes that are wandering around, and knows for a fact that an index member is way above her pay grade. With this, if you guys succeed, you will be promoted to Pinky.
Jill grabs her pack from home and her gear, and then goes and hunts down the other two.
Okay, easy enough. You guys are assuming Preacher has been following one of them.
Preacher's actually been going and getting his own gear ready.
Okay, so
I always have my gear on me.
conveniently,
Well, it's less that I'm
I'm not
it's
very
less that I'm
trusting
grabbing my
of
gear
brothers.
and more that I'm just doing something special to it. Azura knows Azura knows what I am right now.
Mhm.
That'll probably be revealed later, but there's something that my class can do, like my special thing can do. I'm just gonna do that. So
all right, it's fine. You do your preparatory thing. Small mechanic I'm working on is I'm marking this point as you guys will meet up, and this is a flashback point. So if there's anything that you would have prepared that just wasn't thought of because, well, it's hard to do that in D&D, we can use this flashback point, and it's possible to have that prepared. So you can tell me later specifically what you did at this time.
okay.
After grabbing her gear, because why does Jill carry her gear around what's essentially her house? She goes and hits up the tavern.
All right.
To, refill her cup.
The barkeep.
Make her extra skin.
Barkeep recognizes you, fills your cup, refuses to fill your skin. Turns,
I'm about to go on a mission, please.
and that's why you're gonna have to get strong about it. You won't always be able to find that out and about.
Dad put you up to this, didn't he?
I mean, it's guild policy.
Okay, thanks for the confirmation that Dad put you up to this. Alright.
Alright, so as you finish filling up, you walk to the front of the Thieves Guild and run directly into Preacher. As when you go to the front, it turns out to be a smithing shop. And Preacher is collecting his bag, and Alistair walks out front just behind you. And you three are able to enter into the city and search for information.
So we were told warehouse district. About how far away is that from us?
Warehouse district would be probably about a half hour's walk.
More specifically, the airship division of the warehouse district.
Narrowing it down to be the warehouse is closer to the airship facility, maybe 35 minutes? They're not terribly far apart.
Jill looks over at both of you guys and looks you up and down. How good are you at sneaking around? Or are you going to be loud and ruckus?
I'm a tiny kobold with wings. What do you think?
That I could outmaneuver you?
Preacher puts like a hand on
Maybe.
his hip, and you just hear like the jingle of armor underneath.
I'm at least quieter than that behemoth behind us.
Oi!
Alright.
Jill takes a couple of steps and jumps up into the air and throws out her wings.
Okay.
I do the same.
Preacher's just forced to stare and watch. It's like,
So as
How fast do you move, Preacher?
about as fast as a normal person. I'm sorry, I don't have wings.
It's a shame. They're quite convenient.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Alright. So you guys make your way there?
OOC, what are your guys' movement speeds?
I
Let me
have
pull
the
that
normal
up real
movement
quick.
speed.
As a
So
quick
yeah,
So as a quick note, being a winged kobold, a little bit of house ruling, so I gave you the, let's see, since you're already special, that's right. I had planned on fixing your speed to 40-foot fly speed, which is still faster than the Monster Manual's kobold, flying kobold, but not as fast as an Aerocrocan, which there's specific species advantages that they fly. A little bit better game balance. So with that, Preacher's at a 30 movement speed.
I'm the slowest of the group, I think.
Yep.
More than likely.
Alistair, what's your walking and what's your fly? Well, your fly's 40, so what's your walking?
I am looking that up right now. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Alright, and... I was trying to. Data... That's definitely not it. Whoa. Wrong one. There we go.
Okay. You guys figured out what you're doing yet?
Well,
I'm
first
still waiting on finding out Alistair's walking. Which, by the way, my walking is 25 and my fly is 50.
Alistair's walking is 30.
Okay.
So I can walk faster than her, but fly slower than her.
Yep.
I mean, I'm short. Like,
So is he.
really short.
Hey, I'm pretty damn short myself.
The major difference is Aerocrocan's claws, legs, and things aren't meant for walking. Aerocrocans are really meant for flying. Whereas kobolds normally evolve for ground-based, so they normally walk as fast as any other ground-based being.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Actually, my movement speed wasn't put in my sheet.
Yeah, it is.
I'm having just a thought.
Your movement speed is on the right-hand side of the screen next to the white box. It says move.
Why, right-hand side, you said?
Yep, right-hand side, right under the INIT +3 and the XP box.
Oh, there it is.
The initiative. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
30.
Alright.
Just having a small thought myself. I could probably stack these two on top of each other. And then they'd be my size.
Actually, that probably would be true.
How tall are you?
He's like-
Preacher is 6'6".
Jill is, I believe I settled on 4'9".
Okay, maybe I can't stack you two on top of each other to equal my height, but
Well, I mean, if
Alistair,
you...
how tall are you?
considering kobolds grow to like 3 feet, I mean,
I believe he, from what this says, 36 inches.
so 3 feet. Okay.
So when you account for legs
Yeah.
being stacked on top of each other, you're actually probably looking at right around the same height.
Oh, a little taller, but it works. Anyways,
All right.
Alrighty. Back to character.
Right.
Jill, as she's hovering above, is like, let's head that direction.
Flies at a slower
Because, you
pace.
know- Yep, following Preacher.
All right. So you guys set out.
But, flying is easier when trying to drink.
So it is getting a bit late. Dusk is settling in. Shadows are spreading all across the city. Half hour later, it's almost pitch outside. The moon is up in the sky, however, it is but a sliver. And the streetlights are all lit with their magical blue glow. However, the warehouse district only has so many and is so oftentimes ignored.
Which is advantageous to me, for I can see better in the dark.
Alright, so you guys still need to find the hideout. We asking around, investigating. What are we doing?
I would like to go around from warehouse roof to warehouse roof, listening in on anything important that I might need to know.
Okay.
Jill looks at both of them. I'm gonna do a couple of circles, see if I see anything odd.
I'll simply just nod to her as I go off
Okay. I'm
to
sorry.
listen in on any conversation.
Okay.
oh great, Preacher's just being left alone.
Don't
Alright.
get exposed, Behemoth.
Jill, since you're specifically looking for something, go ahead and make an investigation check. Alistair, since you're just passively listening in on things, make a perception check. And Preacher, what do you want to do?
I'm not actually sure.
Oh, ow!
Ooh.
I think I'm actually gonna start looking around myself, but
Go ahead and make an investigation check as well.
oh great.
All right, perception you said,
Yep.
and I believe +0, so it's just roll d20.
Correct.
And that's your investigation? No pluses?
Yeah.
Alright. Preacher, you come out a lot more beneficial, but it's hard to beat Alistair.
oh my goodness.
With a net 20.
Damn.
So,
Damn, dude.
Preacher, what I was about to give you is you don't specifically find the hideout, but you think that you spotted Chad out and about on his runs. Alistair, as you're listening in, you're listening to two individuals that you do not recognize. They're talking about how they just murdered a prostitute in a back alley and took her gold earnings for the night, and they're on their way back to the hideout.
I would like to stealthily follow them
All right.
right
I'm
above
gonna-
them, out of their point of view.
Now, Jill, while you didn't find anything helpful, as you are flying around and everything in dark, you are able to keep an eye on where your allies are, as you know exactly what you're looking for, and they're staying in a similar area.
I'm
Alright.
just gonna try and like motion down to Jill.
Okay.
Did I at least get a good idea of the layout of the area? Even
Yes.
if I didn't,
You are intimately familiar with these areas, as you have ran co-op missions with your dad a timer 1200 here.
Timer 1200.
100.
Jill has a particular set of skills.
All right. So
bet.
for those of you that are silently following, I need stealth
Me.
checks.
All right.
Oh, yes, I like
Crap.
stealth checks.
I really like stealth checks.
We'll see.
All
Which,
right.
by the way,
Let me just figure out how to
you
do this.
irritate me slightly because you guys point by and I had to point by, which means I couldn't keep my beautiful rolls.
We'll see what happens
Yeah,
in the
you're-
future.
Fine.
Oh, darn it, I messed up the thing.
Yeah, hopefully I do this right. It's +5, so.
I'm used to another bot. Really?
Someone likes Alistair today.
Oh, crud.
Like I said, lumbering behemoth.
Oh,
All right. So I'm running
I'm
off
really
a
shocked.
general concept called group skill check.
thank goodness.
So
Well, I
Oh.
guess I just saved the group.
you and Jill both did fantastic. So as you two are stealthy, Preacher, he's not necessarily like being particularly loud, but his footsteps go crunch crunch across the flagstones.
I'm just trying to blend in with everything else around me. Just pretend,
Yeah.
just pretend to be a random guy, just kind of walking around.
Okay. So Alistair, you spot just at that moment where they like turn to look for him and get like really confused about it. You just ever so carefully throw a towel from a clothesline out into the street, and it kind of covers Alistair just a little bit, blocking his line of sight and tripping him up just a hair, so that Chad and whoever he is talking to see him, laugh a little bit, shrug, and keep walking in the direction of their hideout, you assume. So you are successfully stealthful in following. A few moments later, they walk in the front door of a very abandoned, very decrepit warehouse.
I would like
What
to
does Jill
signal
know
my.
history of the location?
What was that, Alistair?
I was gonna say I'd like to signal my teammates.
Okay. You signal to them to meet up with each other. And Jill, you wanted to know what you know about the area?
Yes.
These warehouses are, in the general area, are still sometimes used. But they were built a long time ago, and a lot of nobles would rather just build a new warehouse than tear old ones down or upgrade them. So even though these are prime real estate and a lot closer to the airship yards, they tend to be overlooked and ignored. So a lot of slums have sprung up, a lot of lean-tos, warehouses have been gutted and turned into kind of hovel-like apartment buildings. So there's just a lot of like the downtrodden living here. A lot of vagrants,
Alright.
homeless, etc.
I land by them and I take a look around. Do I see anything in Thieves' Cant?
Go ahead and make an investigation check. An additional note, because of pre-stream stuff, I gave Preacher and Alistair access to Thieves' Cant. After some research, I realized that was a slight mistake. You have access to the hand signals of Thieves' Cant, so you guys can signal silently and communicate basic concepts, but the double speak and reading of hidden messages is unfortunately lost to you.
Darn.
Apparently, Dice Maiden does not like me.
Jill's
Apparently not.
apparently she's very upset that she didn't get her second cup.
And can't figure out what. You can't remember.
So unfortunately, you do not find anything in Thieves' Cants.
So I hear the signal that Alistair gave earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I then go over
I'm
to
yeah, I'm
Preacher
gonna-
and
I was
tell
gonna
him.
head over to you, but
Well, no, once you get over to us.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, "You lumbering behemoth, you're lucky I was there to save your ass." You would have
Preacher
blown
just,
the
like,
whole
takes
thing.
Preacher just takes a deep breath and stares him down.
Are you trying to
Anyway.
intimidate him, preacher?
Maybe, maybe not.
Anyway, the enemy base is right there.
Yes.
I heard them talking about how they murdered a prostitute and took all her money.
That sounds about right.
I hate humans.
Those of you watching the
How do we
stream
want to
saw
play
nothing
this?
there. Yes, how do
We
you
could
wish to
cause
play?
a distraction out front and sneak in from the top if there's any entryway up there.
So let's just point out for a second.
And how am I gonna hold on? How am I gonna get up to the top?
There's that. Also, we don't know exactly who we're dealing with. We don't know the layout. We don't know where Karen is, and Karen is our mission. So whether or not the rest of them we do anything with, it doesn't really matter. You're jumping the gun a little bit there, Alistair.
I'm just saying we can distract them. When we need to.
Jill takes a deep sigh and just looks at them and shakes her heads.
Alright, you know that to be an option, is that what you guys are going to choose to do? Or are you going to try and keep the element of surprise and just sneak in the front door?
I want to investigate.
Investigate
Yeah.
around the building?
Right-in seems like a bad idea. We
I'm
have
gonna
no
stay put
information
for a
on the
moment.
layout.
Let you guys look around
I
a
would-
bit more, considering you guys have already shown to be better at doing that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to look for any windows to peer inside the building.
Alright, Jill and Alistair, investigation checks. Either one of you can use the helping action and give the other advantage, or you can each make your own investigation checks.
The
Well, I
D&D
gotta-
player says give the help action. Me
Yeah,
playing my character says Jill wouldn't do that because she doesn't trust Alistair as far as she can fucking throw him.
I mean, he's part of your Thieves Guild. There's a certain amount of camaraderie that's expected. However, if you wanted to debate who, say, has the better investigation skill, maybe Alistair can help you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have a +0 to investigation, so. Though the dice has been kind to me.
You know what?
So who knows?
I'm gonna try and help Jill from the ground. If I can do that, that is.
I mean, so I guess the question is, Asher, what do we see about the building? Are there windows? Are the doors locked?
That's why I asked for an investigation check. You see a old decrepit warehouse on a street of other decrepit warehouses. Some of them share walls. This one shares a wall with another building. But the other side is a small, narrow alley. That's what you get from the front. The front has a large set of double doors that one of them is off their hinges, but is otherwise left wide open and ignored. I will give you that there is a light that appears to be coming from inside, like a lantern. And that's what you get from the front. As far as windows around the sides and back entrances and things, that's where the investigation check is coming in.
Alright. So Jill looks at the other two and says, I'm gonna go check in from the building it shares a wall with. Maybe there's holes or something.
Alright, I'll check around the outside.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna come with you, Jill. Try and see if I can help.
Alright. Since you're doing
Much
it
appreciate.
that way, then Jill, you will make yours with advantage, as Preacher is helping you. And Alistair, you're on your own, so just make a standard investigation.
There is no way to do this, is there? Unless Dice Maiden has updated.
Just roll 2d20,
Roll twice.
and we will do the math ourselves.
Yeah, I was just saying that if
Math
Yeah.
is my
I finished it.
specialty.
Apparently not Alistair's. He's only so-so, it seems.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't really see what it rolled. Give me a sec.
Which, by the way, we are covering the rolls on the screen.
Yep, I'm average with that investigation.
Alright, well, in that case...
I get a 12.
Yeah, what Jill just said is... My little icon is kind of covering the rolls, so...
You might just want to move us in front of your DM screen.
Oh no, it's not that. I was looking at my TV screen
Still covering the
for a
rolls.
moment. True enough.
You might want to scoot us. Ah,
Yeah, put the smaller ones in front of it.
Yeah, who cares if you guys cover the chat window? That's not important. We just want the results, right?
Yeah.
yeah, true.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
So
Much
with
better.
the average roll, do I at least see any windows
Um,
to peer inside?
what's your plus to investigation, Jill?
My investigation plus is 2. So I
Okay.
got 12.
12 and an 11. All right. So, Jill, you and Preacher wander around checking out the building. There is a couple of loose boards on the first floor that would lead into the other building. You're pretty confident that you guys can pull them loose and squeeze in that way, although you might make some noise. Other than that, they've actually done a decent job, or somebody has done a decent job, of reinforcing and blocking out doors and passageways between the two buildings.
Okay.
Alistair, from the outside, you are able to see that there are 4 ground floor windows on the alley side of the building and a back entry door. The back entry door appears to be barred and unable to be opened. The 4 windows have their shutters closed. Only 2 of them are locked. The other 2 open freely. You guys reconvene.
I will fly into the building that they went into and inform them of the possible window entrances.
All right.
And we will, in turn, I guess, inform you of what we've found. And I actually have an idea.
Ideas are
All right,
dangerous.
Preacher, what's your idea?
I can stay here as a secondary entrance option. You know, say you guys sneak in through the windows. If all things go according to plan, I will still be here. If things go, you know, then
Go
I can break in
sideways.
down here. Yeah.
Alright, so. Jill turns to Alistair, after nodding in appreciation at Preacher's idea. Let us go and see what we can see from the windows.
Right.
All right.
I'll then lead her to the windows that I found, the ones that can be opened.
Before they go, I just want to establish one. Preacher would try and establish like a signal or something, you know, for if things do go south. Like something they would shout or like something else.
How about Behemoth?
That works.
But
All right.
if something goes south, we're just running. We are not trying to infiltrate yet.
All right.
Agreed?
Agreed.
All right. So you guys go around the side, sneak up to the window, and peek in.
Yep.
All right. Easy enough. As you peek in, the light you saw from outside is a low-burning lantern left in the middle of the warehouse. There is junk piles all over the place. Some of it's straight piles of refuse. Others are piles of broken and splintered wood. And around the lantern, you see the 2 gentlemen you followed hunched over it, and the sound of click-clack, to be assumed dice, being played on the ground. The 2 windows both open into this main hall, and as you look to the left of these 2 windows, you see the other 2 windows lead into what must be rooms. which would have been the offices of the warehouse. Thanks to the way the lights are laying, you can't tell if the door's on that wall or not. But
Is it possible for my character to see any better, seeing as he can see in the dark?
Thank you for the correction, as all DMs love the I have dark vision argument. In this case, yes, that is actually a valid argument. Because of the dim light that would be, you would be able to vaguely see the outline of a door frame.
Okay. I just wanted to know if that helped at any.
You're
my
good.
ability to see better in the dark.
Yep, it did. I was making a meta joke about the D&D community.
I don't know about meta
a lot of
jokes.
argument of I have dark vision and therefore I should see this.
About over
not
50%.
me. I just ask if it helps.
Dark vision.
I think it's over 50% of races have dark vision. So 90% of the time, the DM goes, "You enter a dark cavern." I have dark vision. I know you have dark vision. It's a dark cavern. We'll get there.
Which I'm surprised that I don't have dark vision as an Aarakocra, but
You can
Well,
fly.
you're a bird. He's a kobold. He lives in a cave. You live in the sky.
Yeah, but
Owl.
owls do have good night vision.
You have a point.
Hey guys,
bet-
you hear a loud creaking floorboard.
Okay, that's a better way to get it back on track.
Hide.
Make stealth
Hide.
checks.
Yep, I hide.
Good luck, you two.
Yes. Preacher, you did not hear a loud creaky footboard. You've actually not heard anything since they've left, aside from occasional mouse scurries.
You said stealth, right?
Stealth.
All right, that would be a +5.
So glad I'm not with you.
That is much better. But yeah, when I had rolled stats, I had gotten a 18, so my dex was a 20.
Okay. Clicky clack of doom. Let's see what happens.
Clickety clack.
I mean, we got pretty good rolls, so
Yeah.
You hear what sounds like footsteps lead away from the windows after a moment or two of approaching them into the office area, and then a door creak and go silent. No other reactions to be noticed.
let's head back to Preacher. Let's not test
Alright.
our luck.
Got it. We then head back to Preacher then.
Okay.
And we relay what we know about the layout.
Okay.
And to confirm, we only saw the 2 people we followed. We did not see anyone else.
Interesting. Do you know what would be on the other side of these boards then? He gestures to the loose boards that we found earlier.
I do not know.
You can piece together that it would be the common room. As the
Okay.
offices seem to be the only place that were boarded off from the main storage area. The second floor of this building, I forgot to mention, was a very decrepit banister ring that was literally just for looking down and might have handled machinery like pulleys for stacking crates. But otherwise, there didn't seem to be anything relevant on the second floor.
And we only saw 2 people in there, confirming, right?
You only saw the 2 people.
Alright. So do we have IDs on the 2 people?
If I remember correctly, one of them was Chad, and the other one was just a random guy.
Yes. Let's see. Preacher was able to confirm that he saw Chad. He did not get an ID on the other guy, and Alistair was able to hear both of them talking for a bit. Relaying the information, you're pretty confident that the other person was not Kyle, but probably another one of the underlings.
So we're missing Kyle and Karen. Kyle missing isn't too much of a problem, but considering this whole mission is going after Karen, that seems to not be our best option.
If only we could get one of their underlings by themselves.
I don't do the torture thing well. I do the sneak and the steal well.
I'm not opposed to torturing a few individuals.
How much time has passed since we've gotten here?
Sneaking around and stuff, probably another hour and a half, give or take. So it is truly good and dark now.
Alright.
Jill, do me a favor, remind me, what is your perception bonus?
Perception bonus?
Mhm.
Perception.
Because I can look up the other two's character sheets.
1.
Okay, carry on.
Oh, and I noticed that you never changed it. Just as a reminder, we changed my bow into kunai.
Ah, yes, I did forget.
Okay.
Great for disarming enemies.
Hearing these things, I'm going to just try and see if I can peek through the loose boards.
Okay, perception check.
Cool. 1 sec.
Do you remember how many kunai I agreed to give you?
Damn.
I believe it was 5, I think.
That sounds fair enough.
Oh no,
I just
4.
realized I forgot to
Sorry.
confirm how many cantrips I have currently at level 1.
None.
Okay.
You don't get cantrips
Ouch.
till level 3.
Alright, I couldn't remember.
You haven't picked
I've
that.
been leveling her all over the place.
Fair enough. All right. You are unable
Did
to
not go
see
well.
anything through the boards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I roll perception?
You want to try and look? Go for it.
Yeah. Let me just. You said perception, right?
Yep.
Yes.
As they're
Okay,
doing
yeah.
this, Jill is keeping an ear out for anyone coming in.
Okay. Perception as well.
Alright.
Let's also not forget that passive perception is a thing.
There's the low rolls I expected.
I tend to run passive for
yes.
when I want you guys to notice something without telling you. But if you actively
Okay.
tell me you're looking for something,
Okay, never mind. You have a point.
all right. Jill, you hear from up the road, the jangle of a coin purse starting to walk in front of your building. They seem to be trying to be slow and sneaky, but their feet are scuffing on the flagstones, and they clearly are moving in the direction of the warehouse.
Jill is gonna motion to them to stay here.
Oh, hey, it's Kyle.
That's what Jill suspects, and she's going to try and sneak around to see if she can get a look on them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fingers
Preacher's gonna.
crossed. That's
Pre-
not bad. That's not bad.
Preacher is gonna stay put, to be honest.
Is that
So-
your stealth check?
Yep. The 13's not bad if I'm not trying to follow someone and I'm just trying to, get a look.
Yeah.
They
Well, so you think. It's up to him.
stop right at the front door. They're silhouetted against the light from the outside, and they hear, or they think they hear something, and they kind of call in, "Hey, who's there?" And they kind of take one step into the building you guys are in.
Is there any mice or any rodents like that in the area.
Oh yeah, you guys have been
Around
hearing
Yes,
him.
yes, there was. I've been hearing them.
You've been hearing him all over.
I'd like to still. And no, that might not be a good
Jill
idea.
quickly looks around. Are there any mice by her?
Perception. At disadvantage, because you don't have dark vision and it's very dark in this building.
Ooh.
So that's a 6.
Yeah, no.
Ouch.
Then...
Well, luckily, I was thinking of doing the same thing.
Yeah, so was I, to be honest.
To-
Jill's gonna take the hide action.
You're already stealthed.
Yeah.
So after the few moments of you guys starting to scramble, he's like, I don't want no trouble here. But if you've been spying on me, I need to know. If you just come on out, I won't have to tell nobody. The BBC will leave you alone.
Oh, that confirms that he's part of it.
He'll take another 2 steps in, squinting heavily. You can now see, as he's gotten in a little darker and your eyes are adjusted, that this is a young-looking halfling.
So not Kyle.
No, definitely not Kyle.
Hmm.
I'm thinking, do I want to step out and scare the piss out of this guy?
Wait. We could ambush him. And take him hostage.
Yes, we could.
That could be hard, though. That could be a bad idea.
It could. It could be a very good idea.
That
Could be
could.
a very good idea.
Shall we-
It could.
I know I
Screw
personally
it,
don't
I'm
have
doing
the
it.
strength.
But a Warforged, you should have the strength.
Yes, he's the behemoth here should have the
Initiative
strength.
roll.
You know, it's...
Yep,
Oh, great.
initiative,
But-
cool.
Roll initiative. Oh, crap. I have a 1. I think... No, wait. No, I have...
How do
I
you
have a
roll
2
for
on
initiative?
initiative. I have a 3 on initiative. My brain is dead.
Yes!
How do you roll for initiative?
Roll a 1d20.
So
And
where
then
you're,
whatever-
And that's your
Ini-
initiative bonus.
yeah. So on your character sheet above where it says move 30, that says INIT. That's in abbreviation of initiative. So that's your bonus to initiative.
Okay, let me check on my initiative real quick.
While you're doing that, I'm going to jump up for a sec, so I have to go use the bathroom.
Front. Initiative +3, so we'll roll a d20 +3.
Yep.
And as we're waiting on this, I'm gonna shove some dinner down my throat. Because I forgot to eat before game started.
All right. So,
Ow.
excuse me.
Yeah, like I said, there's those low rolls I've been expecting.
Everybody has them. And
I'm back. Hello.
welcome back. Just to double check, that 4 was your initiative roll, right?
It's supposed to be a 3, because I forgot to add the initiative, but yeah.
You mean subtract the initiative?
Yeah. I don't have good decks.
I
Okay.
have good, very good dex.
And yet you only just got better than me.
Oh, that's
I
that's
know.
okay. Remember, while you guys might be level 1, the Thieves Guild aren't heartless. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Well, unfortunately, that does put Jill at the top of the round, so we'll need to wait for her to be available.
One second.
You can tell she has food stuffed in her mouth.
Alright. So I'm top of the round, so he's not moved yet. How far away is he?
Because
considering the
you
fact-
kind of approached the door, he got fairly close. He's just not been able to see you very well. And that gives you 10, 15 feet. Pretty close.
Okay,
I guess the time for mercy is over.
As one DM may say, yes.
So I have those at +3, so I'm running those all off my decks because those are finesse.
What
You
about the
said how far?
halflings initiative, though?
Doesn't matter. He's not top of the round. I am.
True.
Yep. You will find
You
out.
said 10 to 15 feet?
Yep, only 10 to 15 feet away. Pretty close.
The question is, do I do dumb? And is this dumb?
Live a little.
What?
Have fun.
What's your initiative, preacher?
Lower than mine, 4.
Yeah, but he gets a negative. So what was your negative?
Okay.
His negative, I believe he mentioned, was -1, so it would be a 3.
Yeah, I have a 3.
Alright, so you're a 3.
I have
And
very
then-
bad initiative.
You're a 6. Alright. You know what? You said halfling?
Mm-hmm.
About your size, probably.
And I'm hidden, correct?
That is correct.
Alright.
As a note, I've given you guys the background and stock monster image that is up on screen right now.
I pull my short bow. And I let an arrow loose.
Try not to kill him.
Short bow and arrow loose. A 14. Alright. Need to remember to keep my monster manual open to the right page.
I believe with the halfling, theirs is only 13. Honestly, it might be lower than that. But I'm pretty sure I hit.
I mean, armor class is dependent on many things. Class, armor, levels, dexterities. So, you have no idea whether a 14 will hit or not until you see the arrow sink deep into his shoulder. Roll for damage.
Alright, so here is my standard damage roll. And then, because I get sneak attack,
You do not have sneak attack. There's nobody adjacent to you, and he was expecting a fight.
but I'm hidden.
Are you?
Yeah, you said it yourself.
I said you had made your roll.
No, you had said before that
You
Yeah,
made
but
your
still
you're-
hidden.
Okay, I
I
apologize.
clearly asked, am I hidden?
As far as you were aware, you were hidden. Because you were trying to sneak to the front door up to this dude. You made your roll. Then he came in. So you had already checked to see if you were hidden during that period. So I counted that as your stealth check for whether you were hidden or not.
I wouldn't have done this if I had known.
Well, your character thought you were hidden.
It's fine.
Ash, just so you know, something is thrown at you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You hit, though,
Ugh.
so please, roll for damage.
I did. I got a 7 on my damage.
Oh, I
Little did I
apologize.
know.
Allowing me sneak attack.
Alright.
Little did I know, Azure is the evil DM.
Sometimes. Alright.
Chaotic evil DM, sorry.
This
No, Azure's just the asshole.
this arrow sinks deep into his shoulder and he grunts, heavy in pain. The fuck is that for? Alistair, it's your turn.
I didn't say I was done with my round.
Oh, okay. What's your bonus action?
Oh,
I am going to. So wait, how far in the door is he?
He is at this point about 10 feet in the door.
Alright.
Are there doors? Or is it just a door frame?
It is just a door frame. It appears the doors themselves have disappeared at some point. Whether they were stolen,
How
just
far
fell
would
away.
I have to shove him to get him out of line of sight of the door frame?
Shove is a action,
yeah.
and you would have to shove him only about 5 feet.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Are there any things around me that I could use to hide?
Yes, now that
that sort of thing?
yes, there is things. That's what you tried to hide behind, but he was pretty well aware of roughly where you were. So at this point, you can now attempt to hide, except for hiding is part of cunning action, which is a 2nd level ability. Otherwise, to hide is a full action. First levels have nothing they can do.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody wants to correct me for being
I'm
wrong,
checking you on that right now.
I'm 99% certain that cunning action comes at 2nd level.
Yes, it does. Cunning action comes at 2nd level. Well, damn.
Don't worry.
All right.
This has been fun so far, so I don't
How-
think having a 3rd level, another 3rd level one-shot sometime is out of the realm of possibility.
How far away from me is the halfling?
You guys were by the door, and hadn't moved yet, so he's about 40 feet away from you two.
Mm.
That's my flight
so-
speed.
So if you
Double
want,
moves do exist.
yes, you can run if you want. It will cost your action, so you won't be able to do anything else unless you have a bonus action.
Yes, the dash action.
Yes. However, if 40 is your movement speed, that means you could get on top of him if you wanted. That is close enough to enter melee combat. If you
And
run,
If you have
That-
ranged, 30 feet is plenty as well, typically.
Yeah, though 40 feet is my flight speed, not my movement speed.
okay.
there's
I
that.
would say, actually no, because they're 2-story facilities. Yeah, you have enough room that you should be able to jump, fly, and get there pretty quickly. I'd allow that.
All right, I'll do that to get right up on him and use my action to pull him inside and try and attempt to pin him.
All right, you're going to attempt to grapple with him?
Yes.
All right. I do believe that to make a grapple is an action, which is fine, and that a grapple requires a strength check.
Which I have a +1 in.
It is something.
Yep. All right. Let's try it. All right. Exclamation point. Roll 1d20 +1.
Okay.
20.
Damn, Alistair!
It's not a nat 20, but it's a good 20.
Showing off them guns.
Popping off. Popping
Yeah.
off.
You have him grappled. You have him wrapped up.
Nice.
All right. Unfortunately, you expended all of your movement, so you are unable to move him this turn. However, next turn, as long as he doesn't use his action to escape your grapple, you will be able to move him at half your movement speed, walking.
Yeah.
All right.
But with him grappled, everyone else should have advantage, and we should be able to knock him out. If I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. That's where we
With
go
you
to
and 5
the.
feet means I get to use my sneak attack.
Just try not to kill him. We need him alive.
Sorry, getting back to the grappled condition. Because it is, in fact, his turn to act. So he will attempt to escape, which will use his action. So you will need to make another strength check, Alistair.
All right. Whoops.
It's specifically athletics.
Oh, an athletics check?
I do
I know the
apologize,
grappling
yes.
system
It is,
inside and out.
it is athletics, my
Okay.
apologies.
In another campaign,
I
I have a
believe-
character that just does this all the time. It's very annoying.
Athletics is a bit more for me. if I'm
Yes,
not
yes, it
mistaken.
should be.
I believe it should be like a +2.
Yes, I apologize. It should have been a athletics check to grapple him as well as... So your...
No, +3.
Yes, your athletics is a +3.
So yeah, that was a bit more than just a 20. All right. D20 +3. Ouch.
He twists, pins your arm, and bends your wrist at an odd angle, forcing you to let him go, and he is now free of the grapple. He will choose to stay in melee, or actually no, excuse me. He will attempt to dodge away from you by going farther into the building out of line of sight.
Ooh, just
Um,
where I wanted him. Inside the building more.
But in him moving out of your melee range, you get an attack of opportunity against him if you so choose.
Yes, and I would like to try and use the blunt end of my sword.
Okay, non-lethal. Go ahead and make
Yep.
a melee attack roll.
Alright, how do I do that?
So choose your weapon. So your scimitar. You're just telling me you're
Yep.
using it in a non-lethal way.
Yep.
So you'll still roll a +5 to hit. That's what the +5
Alright.
hit stands for.
Okay, so D20 +5?
Yep.
Hmm.
15.
You hit. So now you'll roll for damage. So on that character sheet next to it, it'll say damage 1d6 + 3.
1d6 +3.
Yep, so that's what you roll. Once everything's filled out and you learn how to read the character sheet, it's pretty easy to move through things. Just refresher courses are sometimes necessary.
1d6 +3.
OOC, do you need me to make a character sheet that you can reference?
5.
At some point, it's nothing to worry about right now.
I got a 5.
Alright, sorry, trying to get a bit more appropriate music going. 5 points of damage. Beautiful. You clock him square in the back of the head and he hits the floor.
Yeah, I knocked him out.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Preacher's
Alright.
just like staring at them. It's like he didn't get through shit.
Are we still in initiative order?
After a few moments, you come to realize that he is most certainly not getting back up.
Jill looks over at Preacher. Come grab him, please.
Tie him up.
Okay. And he just like walks up and just grabs him.
Yeah.
Tie him up to
I doubt
something.
it's a problem for you, but I have a -1 to my strength.
Let's see, do I
And
even
I only have
have...
a +1.
Yeah.
And you have a size advantage on him.
Yeah.
I am then going to search his body for anything.
Hang on.
Alistair jumps
Okay, I'll
right
wait.
in. Oh, okay, okay.
I'll wait. She's told me to wait.
A rope
so-
to tie him up? I mean, seriously.
Yes.
tie him up first, search second.
I told him to tie him up.
I don't have rope.
I have rope.
Oh,
One
good.
of you has rope. You have dungeoneering kits.
I don't, apparently.
You should have picked one.
I think I did, but my character sheet is broken, I think.
You would have had a note that you have, I think it's the pack appropriate for your class, as you've chosen not to reveal what you are yet. I assume that all of them have rope. It's rope. Who doesn't carry rope?
Well,
Not
there
all
are
of them
some.
actually do have rope. But
I'm
I
aware.
Do have rope.
I'm a DM, and I can say what I want.
I have thieves' tools.
Yes, so do I. But yeah.
So we tie him up.
Yep.
Jill looks at Alistair and says, "Now you can go ahead." And we're splitting the gold in the pouch.
Of course.
Keep it. I don't care.
Well, I wasn't expecting to give you anything. You didn't do a damn thing. I can be a bit of an
Whatever.
ass.
All right.
My character can be a bit of an asshole.
Investigation check, please.
All right. Investigation. That's just a D20 for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
One of the other streamers.
When it's not important to keeping us alive, I can't roll a damn thing.
All right.
Does
I can't-
Alistair seem to be fumbling around as he's trying to search?
Yeah, despite his eyes being the best in this dark capacity, he's not really finding anything on the body. There doesn't seem to be a coin purse where he would normally expect to find one.
Jill is extremely suspicious because she knows she heard those coins.
I let
So she,
Jill
goes,
take
"Step
over.
aside."
All right, Jill, make your investigation check.
I swear I should get a an advantage, honestly, with him tied up or something.
Jill,
Alright,
you
anyway.
find that in the process of tying him up, they accidentally tied his coin purse under the rope.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't find a damn thing.
Jill doesn't even bother pulling the coin purse out. She just uses her claw to rip it open.
12 copper fall to the ground.
Oh, that's
Really?
sad.
That's all this pathetic halfling had.
Split 3 ways,
That's more than I started with.
You may each add and distribute your gold appropriately.
Considering I'm not taking any,
Or copper.
cool. We
Okay.
get 6 each.
Cool.
So-
Jill's just pleased if she has more than she started the mission with.
So he is still unconscious and has still yet to move.
Alright.
I check his pulse.
Make a medicine check.
Alright, let me check my thing real quick. To see what my medicine... Okay. 0, so just a regular D20.
Well, he does that in reference to chat, Game Junkie. If somebody is unconscious on the ground or prone, you get advantage on the attack, and if they're completely incapacitated, you auto crit.
I just give up at this point.
So, like,
Game
I don't
Junkie's
sense a
joke is
damn
that
thing.
If
Yeah.
you attack the ground is prone. Not someone on the ground, but the ground itself.
oh, I misunderstood the question there, Game Junkie. Sure. Go ahead and take your advantage and critical hit against the ground. See where it gets you. Alright. All right. So apparently, in your years of practice and everything going around, you did somewhere along the lines pick up on how to check for a pulse on squishy humanoids. And yes, he does still have a pulse.
Okay.
Yay.
He's
So if
still alive.
Jill walks over and slaps him.
There's no response.
Do we have any
Uh,
water?
Preacher pulls out a water skin.
Dump a bit on his head. See if that wakes him. Not all of it.
Hold on, I also have this blanket, and he just like pulls out a blanket, and soaks it in water, in a bit of water, and then puts that on his face.
Jeez.
Yes!
Waterboarding!
Waterboarding!
Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to end stream now. That's all we got for the day. War crimes, you know.
Well, no, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do that.
All right.
I'm not
So,
gonna do that yet.
as
Yeah.
as you throw the towel on his face and throw the water over it, he starts coughing and choking and starts mumbling and crying out. He
Alright,
seems
waking
to
on
have
help.
come to consciousness.
I want to make sure that the arrow that Jill shot into his shoulder is still there.
Yeah, we can say that you left it in there while you tied him up.
Perfect.
Jill kind of wants her arrow back.
You'll get it back. I just need it for a few seconds.
What do you guys want with me?
We need some information.
What-
Where's Karen? I
Karen?
then twist the arrow that's in his shoulder.
Ow! Ow! I was gonna tell you! God, I hate that bitch
Didn't need to
anyways.
do that.
Ow!
I can just put the blanket back on his face.
No, don't. I will cooperate.
Hold
swear-
you guys.
Swear I will cooperate. Alright? I joined on with Kyle. Cause, like, he seemed to know what he was doing. And, like,
He's an idiot.
I'm getting that now, but the Thieves Guild was a bunch of, like, stuck-up... I thought they were a bunch of stuck-up pricks. I now know I'm wrong. I think, right? You guys are with the Black Hand, aren't you?
Yes.
Associated, yeah.
Okay, well, Karen is in one of the offices. She's taken up as hers. She doesn't go out. She sends us on missions to bring her food. Her and the boss and Chaz, well, they have fun sometimes, and we're not allowed to join in, which is kind of rude since we're the ones putting our necks on the line. But yeah, no, she's just over in the offices. She's in the very first one when you walk through the main doors. Just there on the left, right next to the outdoor building. Or the outside of the wall. Just let me
Near
go.
the windows.
Yep, there's a window in her room. I think she keeps it locked, but you know, if you just let me go, I will go home. I will get this looked at by a healer, and I will never ever
got a
cross
mission
the
for
Black
you.
Hand again.
I got something for you to do.
Sure, yeah. Anything that'll
You're gonna
keep...
go into Karen's room and unlock her window.
Nope, can't do that one. She will kill me. I am
Ah,
not...
then I have a new plan for you.
One moment.
Okay. Oh, after we finish with this guy, I gotta jump up and go do something real quick. So,
Okay.
Damn. I just mumble under my breath, annoyed.
Headphones I was running decided to die on me, so I'm trying
Nice.
to grab my other ones.
dang.
Hoping they have a charge.
Okay. Yeah, no, he is very adamant that he is not allowed in Karen's room. And that she will probably kill him if he tries.
Am I good to do a thing now?
What you want to do?
Saying, I was gonna say, it's like, hey. Well, since you can't do that, I have a new mission for you. And then Preacher is just gonna, like, you know, try and knock him out by punching him.
Hold, preacher. Hold.
Okay, fine.
Like I
So-
said, lumbering behemoth.
From her, we got where they're at, correct?
Hey.
Yes, from this halfling, you got where Karen's room is. You now know where in the building to approach her. She is behind one of those two locked shutters, and you know which one.
Alright.
Is there any way to unlock it from the outside?
I don't know, probably. These are like really old, shitty shutters. I think it's just a simple latch.
Perfect.
I look at him and say, "We'll be back for you. We'll let you go in a little bit." And take the towel that we've thrown over his face and shove it in his mouth.
Oh,
You
great.
don't have... Arr,
Oh,
arr,
great, now my towel soaked in spit.
arr.
Watch that later. I'll wash the blanket later.
He sags in the ropes against the wall and just
And
accepts
it's
his
at this-
lot in life, questioning what
it's
brought
at
him.
this point that I so quickly ripped the arrow out of his shoulder.
He slumps. He seems to have fallen unconscious again from the pain, and the wound is
And
bleeding.
then I wrap up his wound.
Make a medicine
At
check.
least you do that.
Yeah, I figured that was.
I'll help him. Actually, no, I'll do it.
All right.
All right.
Preacher, do the medicine check with advantage as Alistair is helping you. Guys
I'm
are
sure
so
you're probably better than me.
so nice to such a lowly cutthroat.
And I have a +3, so that's 22.
Well,
Fantastic.
the
Yeah.
thing that
Apparently,
the thing that's aiding him is the fact that I don't
Solid.
hate halflings. I hate humans.
fair
Yeah.
enough. Well, Preacher, you're apparently very well practiced at patching wounds. As it's perfect gauze, like nice crisscross, very tight but not too tight. Great wrap. He will not be bleeding out, as far as you can tell.
Now I'm going to take this moment to go jump up and do a thing real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Small intermission while Preacher is gone.
I finally got the other headphones working while my original ones are now charging.
Hmm.
We're gonna go to.
I don't have to worry about that problem because my headphones are cord.
I run Bluetooth because my phone doesn't have a 3.5. And also, I hate cords.
I suffer.
Yeah, they can be annoying at times, but they are also quite useful.
Yeah,
The fact
also,
that you don't have to constantly buy batteries.
I mean, I don't constantly have to buy batteries. I just use rechargeable headphones.
Well, game, you are right. Unless they have the proper materials at hand, his chance of surviving such a grievous shoulder wound like that arrow shot are not as good as they could be.
Yeah, I wasn't going to hold the arrow yet.
But, you know,
You said you wanted it back.
That didn't necessarily mean right then. Now that we know exactly where she's at, do we feel like we should be kind to this person and drop him off at the Black Hand and let him get some help and come back for this, or do we want to just
you would know
How
that
heavy-
for betraying the Black Hand, as now that you've had a chance to look at him, you recognize him as one of the ones that left with Kyle, that failed to muster, that he will probably not live through a reunion at the guild hall. If he disappears and never shows his face in crime again, he might survive. That being said, if you were to just slit his throat right here and now, the Black Hand would have no issues with it.
Yeah, but Jill isn't necessarily into killing people.
Just making
my
sure
character
you're
couldn't care either way.
yeah, just making sure you guys are aware of your options. That's all.
Jill kind of wants to drag him back to Reinhardt.
I mean, that's something Jill could do later if she wants. It
That's
would,
what Jill's gonna do later.
as long as he's still tied up there later.
Well, we'll see.
I knew I should have grabbed some alcohol from the tavern that she was at.
Jill looks at her cup. Sad. It's empty. I gotta buy some stuff to make some.
Because I would have poured it over his wound.
I'm pretty sure coffee over a wound isn't gonna do much.
No, alcohol.
Well, then that's your problem. Waiting on Preacher, and once Preacher gets back, if he agrees, I say we just bum rush that window.
That is an
Well,
option.
I have an idea. I'm going to attempt to sneakily open the window to the office she is in. And then we can sneak inside. And if she's asleep, we slit her throat. If she's awake, well, we slit her throat anyway.
I say we just bum rush it. Let's just get it done and be done with it.
Yes, but if we make too much noise, the other
Figure
idiots
we'll
will
take the
come
rest of
in.
them out.
Preacher may be able to take them out.
No, we can get them. I don't care.
Still, let's at least try the stealthy way before we go in guns blazing. Isn't that
Why?
what we're about? Plus, it might get you extra recognition.
I have enough.
There's no such thing.
You live your entire life in the guild. They all know who I am.
Yes, but do they know what you can do?
Most of them, yes.
But not all of them.
The ones who don't know don't need to know.
Yes, our war robot seems to have malfunctioned temporarily and is entering a reboot cycle.
Oh no.
If you look in his eyes, you see some blue light with what appears to be white text scrolling across it.
Oh dear.
Are you, as DM, giving us permission to move ahead without him?
He said he would be back shortly, so we will give him a chance. I said intermission break, so I mean, if either of you need to get up and use the restroom real quick, our viewers need it, you know.
Yeah,
I'm so
I'll
good.
be back then.
I mean, this has been a...
I just got back, actually.
Okay then, fine. Let's keep going. All I was gonna do was eat more pizza. Let's be totally honest.
All right.
Yeah,
Alright.
I had to go over to my grandmother's and get food. She was not happy that I've been doing this instead of, spending time with her. Because,
Yep.
Eh, but, like, how often have I asked you to do something like this? It's for one of your best friends. You never get to hang out with me anymore.
while that is true, at the same time, unfortunately, she's dead set that, oh, hey, this means more to me than spending time with her. And it's actually making me very upset.
Well, let's get this done and then you can go chill with her.
Yep.
No, it's a bit too late for that. It's already brought home the food, so she's quite angry.
Yeah. Things can be made up. It'll be okay. We're with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here. Really do. Alright,
Yeah.
so. It is time to resume what the fuck you guys were doing. So, as they were just debating, if you want to include Preacher in your plan, now that he has finished his system reboot.
Yes. Jill is of the opinion of, yes, we could sneak this, but she just wants to be fucking done, so she's saying guns a-blazing, stabby stab. Be done with it.
I say sneak in and slit her throat.
Mostly Jill's saying this because she's not sure Preacher can actually help with the, sneak.
I get that idea.
Well,
At the
well
same
once we
time, I
get to
still
the window, it won't really matter.
At the same time, I think doing what Alistair wants, sneak in, and sticking with the plan that we made earlier might be a better idea.
Alright.
Again, that way, if all things go to shit, then we can go guns a-blazing. And if I break in through the wall down here, that'll split their forces.
Yep. I was gonna say, you hold here, me and Alistair go get in, and we'll see what things happen.
Before you go off,
Yes.
Preacher comes a bit closer and then lays hand on your shoulder, and then one on Alistair's shoulder.
Do you mind informing me what you're doing, bothering to touch me?
Yes, why have you laid your hands upon me?
Be blessed in what you are about to do. And then he takes his hands off and like steps back.
Did you cast Bless on them?
Yeah, that's exactly what I just fucking did.
Alright, you feel the divine essence rush through your bodies. One that Alistair's a bit more familiar with, but one that Jill is not as familiar with. But you know that you have just been touched by a god.
Well, thank you.
This bless will give you a bonus d4 on saving throws and a bonus d4 on 2 hit with your attack rolls, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range whenever a target makes an attack roll or a savings throw before the spell ends. The target gets to roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack or savings throw. Concentration up to 1 hour.
Yep. All right.
Concentration up to 1 hour, but normal duration is a minute. From what I can tell, I can bless, 3 creatures, I think? I don't know.
Yes,
My brain...
But you want to hold the, bless.
Yeah, so in other words, I've blessed all 3 of us, and I'm just kind of, like, concentrating on that.
All right.
While they're going through their shit.
Sorry, no, it's concentration up to a minute. I misread that.
Ah, well, that's fine.
Yeah. All right.
You guys have a minute, that's a few turns. That's fine.
All right.
Yep.
Well, at so assuming you guys dash, there's limited amount of walking you can, or flying that you can do. I would say that it would take you 3 turns to get to her window.
So then we get,
Would be half the thing.
7 more
3
turns.
turns.
6 seconds per round. 60 seconds to a minute means 1
Alright,
round.
yeah, 7 more.
1 minute is 10 rounds. So
Yeah, for some reason I wanted 10 seconds for a round instead of 6 seconds.
Yeah, my brain's dead.
you hear some noises from behind the shutter.
Are they sex noises?
They are sex noises.
I think we found Kyle.
I think we found both of them.
No,
Yay.
What's the state of the shutter? How is it locked? Can we tell?
As he said, it is a very decrepit shutter. Make an investigation check. Go ahead and make it
I'll
with
help.
perfect with advantage.
I'm sure she has the better investigation, so she rolls with advantage.
So that's a 13?
All right. Ooh. All right. So a 13. So, you're able to identify that it is literally a simple little hook latch. If you were to wiggle a dagger in and just lift, it would pop itself loose very, very easily. Also, it sitting on the hinges is very precarious, and you're very confident that even with your pathetic strength, you could just rip them off of the window.
I will use
But
my
in
kunai to... Okay,
before
you
you
finish.
open it, what I was going to say, with your investigation, you're able to see through the crack just a little bit, and you can see that in the middle of the room is a kind of mattress pad of rags and things, and there is a lantern light, and you can see 2 bodies, naked as the day where they were born, going about some inappropriate business. Of the 2, you do see that Karen is on top. You are not able to make out what male is underneath her.
Alright. Jill turns to them and tells them to hold. Make sure she has an arrow already ready to go, and takes her dagger and tries to, as quietly as possible, pop the latch.
Alright. Will you take the
Alright.
assistance from Alistair?
Yes, I will.
Okay, then I will have... Let's give Alistair a chance to shine. Alistair, if you will make a sleight of... No, excuse me, a thieves tool check with
No
advantage.
sleight of hand?
Nope, Thieves Tool. So with Thieves
Damn.
Tool, it will just be your dexterity modifier.
Dexterity?
Yes. I apologize. Dexterity plus proficiency. Because if I remember right, did we give you that? I forget who's proficient in what.
I am
You-
proficient in thieves' tools.
Alright. So Jill is technically the better one with Thieves Tool, but
Yeah.
Alistair is proficient with Thieves Tools as well.
I'm a proficiency bonus, insight, investigation, and perception.
It's
No,
a
that's passive.
tool usage isn't recorded on the character sheet particularly well, so it's something
Oh.
I mostly remember from piecing together rules and watching other games. So in this case, it would be your proficiency bonus plus your dex bonus, so a total of a +5.
So +5?
Because your dex is a +3, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So you're a +5. I'm a +7.
Damn. Damn, girl.
Yeah, if you were actually, yeah, I apologize. Let's not force people. My bad. Bad DM. Sorry. So yes, Jill or Alistair, whoever wants to pop it. The one doing the action gets the advantage.
I offer her the opportunity to show off her skills.
Jill nods. Ready weapons. She's on top. Aim for
I have-
the head.
I have a kunai ready a couple of kunai ready to toss.
Yeah.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
dude.
All right.
Oh, and I gotta see this. Nice.
It's just like MLG toss.
So that's a
Whatever.
27.
Oh.
Hear me. They're not anything I can handle at level 1.
Yep. The thing pops loose, and you guys are given an opportunity to each make a stealth attack. That means for our resident rogue, if I do believe at level 1 you have sneak attack, you will be able to proc
Yes,
your
I
sneak
do.
attack. And for our resident kobold fighter, you just get a regular attack. They will have to be ranged.
Well, meanwhile, Preacher is still down there by the freaking loose boards.
So we'll let Jill go first since she's already typing.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then 1d4. Sorry.
You hit.
I just want to see how much I hit. Yes, yes, I hit.
You very much hit.
Roll
All right. +5.
D6 plus 3.
1d4
then-
plus 3.
10.
So
Roll- Hang on.
yeah, I'm waiting.
And then I get it on.
Less is just on the roll to hit, not on the damage roll, so then I get 1d6 on top of that. So I do 10 damage to Karen.
Your arrow flies true and strikes her in the chest, just to the left of the heart. This is clearly a devastating wound, but she is not dead yet.
All right.
Alright.
And I did state that I ready 2 kunai, right?
You only get to make one attack roll. This
Yeah,
is
the best part is
damn.
you get to use less if you fuck up.
yeah. See, that is just mechanics and character rolls. Because you can only make so many attacks per turn.
All right.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. I apologize. You can make a bonus action thrown damage, but you do not get the same bonuses as your normal attack. Just remembering that. So go ahead and make your first attack, and let's see what happens.
All right. D1, 1d4.
With
Plus
D20,
3.
D20 first. You gotta
Yeah.
make your hit.
Yeah. Exclamation point. Roll. 1d20. Was there any pluses?
You should be at a +5.
Plus
as
5.
your kunai counts as a dagger, it is a dex-based weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if it's low, you can add the 1d4, and then hope for a 4.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
You
I know I
You
didn't
don't
have
need-
to roll my d4.
you can roll the d4 if you want, but you don't need it. That dagger is flying true.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't
Yeah.
have to.
Yes, but I like seeing how much I hit someone.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
So next is your damage, which should be 1d4 plus 3, again because of your dex bonus.
Exclamation point. Roll 1d4.
Plus 3.
Yeah.
Plus 3. Four. Stupid 1.
This dagger flies just right in next to that arrow, and it's just far enough down and to the right where the arrow missed to clip straight into the heart. There's a shudder, and she falls limp backwards. Now, roll for initiative.
Yep.
Alright, how to, just a d20, right?
Yep.
Plus your
Okay.
initiative.
I like
Plus-
to think someone just goes like caw and making jokes.
By the way, Jill is going to yell out Behemoth.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
1d.
Preacher. I'll let her have that as a free action. You hear
20.
out, Behemoth!
Can I make a strength check? Just like bust through the wall like a Kool-Aid man.
Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
Go ahead and make sure you roll a initiative as well for me.
I'll roll initiative first, and then I'll roll the other thing.
All right.
I believe that's it. Of course it's low. Of course.
Poor behemoth.
Alistair,
1 second, I'm just rechecking what my initiative is.
3.
Plus
Yeah.
3. Your initiative bonus is your dexterity modifier, unless you have a specific feat that changes it, and it's literally only 1 feat, or a magic item.
Owie, what
Or
is it
I
with
forget
my
barbarians
initiative?
can do stuff.
Oh, but it gets good
That's
initiative.
it. That's your 9.
Do I
Yeah.
get to make my little strength check yet? Or do I have to wait now?
So Jill will get to act first.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Karen died. She slump over him, I'm assuming?
She
Yeah,
fell.
she landed straight
she
on top of him.
She fell
Bad.
backwards off of him.
Damn it.
So
Ah,
she's
damn it.
partially still on him, partially, but it's not like she's on his chest.
But he is prone, correct?
He is currently prone. Very, very confused, but very, very prone, which means he is also at a disadvantage to hit with ranged attacks. She was sitting up, which is why I gave you guys regular attack.
How far from the window is he?
The room is pretty tiny, so he's literally only like 10 feet away.
So if I jump through the window, I can get into melee with him, correct?
If you so choose, yes.
And if I'm in melee with him being prone, I do get my advantage of sneak attack, correct?
Yes, because as he is prone, you will have advantage on the melee attack.
Alright. So, roll 2d20. So that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
So 17 plus 5.
Now, where was that soundtrack called Epic Boss Fight? All right.
17 plus 5, that's 22.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I don't think you guys can hear the Epic Boss Fight, but
Nope.
know that it is playing.
So I get a 22.
22 to hit? 22 will certainly hit.
And that's
Oh,
without
and-
blessed.
And here's the funny part, because he's naked, because I'm imagining he has nothing on, as he was just doing the dirty in the bed.
Hooray, base AC.
He has no armor protection.
So I I got a 5 there, and then I get to
18, 20, 20.
Aw, it's only a 2.
Oh.
Oh, that's supposed to be D8s. Alright. I'm a crazy monster who rolls for the hit points of monsters, so give me one moment.
That's the best way to do it.
Funnily enough, it ended up adding up to the exact same as the average.
Nice.
Alright. So, what is your total damage there?
A whopping sad 7.
Alright.
Oof.
Your dagger, if I remember correctly? Rapier? Alright. You pirouette, stab straight down. He shifts just a little bit to the right, and you gash deep into his arm. You now see that this is, in fact, Chad, the second in command.
Wait,
Jill
I thought-
just shakes her head and tisks. You know not to turn your back on us.
Fuck you! Alright, Alistair. You just saw Jill jump in and stab a dude in the arm.
I'm going to draw my katana and aim for his neck as I
No.
run in.
Alright, so are you throwing the
No,
or your dagger?
I'm going in. I'm running in and going for his neck.
Your katana will do, or Alistair, your katana, sorry, I don't know what names I said. Your katana would do more damage in melee. You can dagger him if
Yeah.
you want.
No,
Okay,
that's what I'm
it
saying.
should
I'm
be.
running in
I-
and
My bad, my brain. Alright.
Oh, hang on. Alistair, so you know, if you call a shot and are actually aiming for that shot, you are at disadvantage.
Actually, there are no technical rules about calling shots, so I just
Okay.
consider it to be fluff.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. I thought there was actual rules on it.
I don't believe so. I think there might be an optional rule, but I consider it to be fluff.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise,
it's an optional rule, I believe.
otherwise everybody would be like, called shot to the head, ha, headshot, one hit kill. No. So, all right.
Yeah.
So make
no,
your
I'm just saying that's where I'm aiming.
Yeah.
If I get a crit and that's what happens, then hell,
that would be
I'll
cool.
take it.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, so it will be a D20 plus 5, if I remember, or is it 4?
It will still be a d20 plus 5.
Yeah.
The math being plus 2 proficiency with the weapon, plus your appropriate skill modifier, which is a 3, so a total of plus 5.
Roll 1d20 plus 5. 12. Ow. Oh, well.
12? Oh, and you're at advantage because he is prone on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I just do it again.
Just copy paste.
Copy text. Paste. Hey, there we go.
Much
That's
better. So he moves funny and you think you're about to miss, but you remember that divine feeling and it helps compensate you. And your katana makes contact. Roll for damage.
All right. Okay, so what is the damage on my katana since stupid alerts?
By the way, game, he's a little less surprised. Oh, supplying on the ground. Yes. I'm aware.
So there
Alright.
seems to be 2 variants on how to do called
Plus
shot.
5. 1d6 plus 3.
1
1d6 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
By the way, there was a system for called shots in 2nd and 3rd edition. But
Yeah.
there's 2 options. One is put a disadvantage depending on what kind of called shot they're doing, easy, moderate, difficult, or ridiculous, or it's at disadvantage.
And there's a sneak attack thing?
That is a rogue thing. As a fighter, you
okay.
get other bonuses because of your class.
Okay.
She is skilled in the art of stabbing people in their livers. Alright,
So,
that is.
Specifically from behind their back.
Yep. So that is 6 damage. Alright. Now, let me check something real quick. Unless somebody happens to remember the rules on that second. I think you have to take a feat to get everything for it.
For what?
My brain stopped. I believe Alistair can make an offhand attack, but he does not get the,
I do believe that is
proficiency
correct,
modifier.
But I question if that was a level 3.
Well, he has the 2-weapon fighting skill,
Ah,
yeah,
then yes.
I asked for that specifically.
so I'm just double checking. Take
'Cause
the
I like
attack
dual wield.
action, light melee. While you're holding one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon you're holding in the other hand. You do not add your ability modifier to the damage unless that modifier is negative. Okay, so yeah, you get to make a normal bonus attack. So go ahead and roll. If you want to make a bonus action attack, go ahead and make a roll for it.
Sure.
I believe it has
What-
to be with a different weapon, though.
He has
Yeah,
2
I have
katanas.
I have 2 small katanas.
And because you picked 2-weapon fighting, you get to add your damage modifier. So for you, you effectively just get a free extra attack.
So, roll a 1d6 plus 3 again?
D20 plus 5 again. At
D20
advantage.
plus 5.
Yep, you still have
At
to.
advantage.
You have to be able to hit because he is struggling. Like, you know, he took a rapier to the chest. He took a pretty nice cut to the other arm via your katana. So like he's struggling around on the ground trying to get out of your way.
So, 2d20 plus 5?
Yes, you can roll it that way.
Okay.
We'll just ignore the result and do the actual math. That becomes a 20 to hit, so that'll hit.
Once again, 20. And then
Then the damage again.
same thing?
Yep, same damage, because you picked the right things. And that is one of the benefits you have as a fighter over a rogue.
Oh,
Because he picked the fighting style of 2-weapon, when he makes that bonus attack, he gets to add his dex modifier for the damage. If you were to try and make a bonus action attack, you would only get your regular damage roll, unless it's a negative modifier. That is 8 points of damage. Nice!
That's, ouch for him.
Yep, alright. I lost track of my damages. 6 and 8, so 14. He is grievously injured as you put a giant slash across his chest. It is definitely agonizing, and he is not looking particularly happy. He is laying on the ground. But he is still alive. This is one tough bastard. Preacher, having heard the
wish
call of Behemoth.
Oh fuck.
Yes,
At
it
this
is
point, I'm
time.
just gonna say, you're gonna wish I had connected with your throat.
It's 10. If that doesn't pass, I like to imagine Preacher just like slamming into the thing and then bouncing off. Not, like, just having expected to just be able to walk through it and then just like fall back.
Just to double check, did you have a strength modifier?
I added a +2.
Okay, I see it now.
Wait,
Uh,
your strength? What is your strength?
It's 14.
Why is your strength 14?
Why wouldn't it be?
Weapon Warforged.
I'm a yeah, of course I'm a Warforged. I don't understand.
There's some cracking and whatnot, and you managed to stumble through the wall, but it is not the epic entry you were hoping for. As you stumble in through, you see one man, very, very confused, look up at you, sitting around a fire, or a lantern. What
Is it
the
Kyle?
hell? No, it is not Kyle. This is somebody you've never seen before.
Cool. Can I still attack?
Yes.
Or-
You will need to make a ranged attack to be able to reach him.
Cool. I have a hand crossbow. I think. I have something. Oh no, I have a light crossbow. Cool.
Congratulations.
Well,
I
you-
wasn't.
You said we've done so far?
Say again?
How much damage did you say we've done so far?
He is grievously wounded and looks in terrible shape.
Okay.
I'm in
basically
another
one more
room with
hit will
another
kill him.
person.
I'll be right back. Gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'll be gone for like 30 seconds.
Wash your hands.
I will.
When we're done with this, I want to know what he is.
I will give
I
you the
am?
hint that he is a challenge rating 1 monster.
The rolls are not with me tonight.
What was your
Giant
range?
warforged.
What was your ranged weapon again?
A light crossbow.
So when you go to fire, a piece of wood was trapped in the firing mechanism. It snapped loose and your crossbow was clear to fire again, but it did cause you to misfire a bit, and it went a bit wild. Actually,
No, I think I know
you
that it's
are
okay,
currently... Nope, you're currently... Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say you're blessed, but it doesn't matter.
Actually,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't
No.
matter.
No.
I don't think. I mean, unless I roll. No,
that would-
no.
That would put him if he rolls at an 11. So yeah, no.
It
Given
wouldn't
what
do
we're
much.
assuming we're fighting, that's not quite high enough.
Uh-huh, my metagaming friend. Do you know what you're fighting? Do you?
I have a
It's a
guess.
bandit.
I don't necessarily think so. I have a few guesses, but yeah.
Ah, I love it when people don't know things. All right. Well, you do your thing.
I'm back.
Oh.
What'd I miss?
Preacher didn't get much of anything.
I messed
Oh
up.
dear.
All right. So after Preacher's
Lumbering behemoth.
failed shot, the spy struggles to his feet, pulls daggers out from underneath his clothes that were under his head that he was using as a pillow, and is ready to fight you. He will cunning action to disengage from you and jump out the window. And that is as far as he gets.
Whose turn is it now?
I apologize. He gets out the window, and as you look back, you can see him just disappear down towards the main street.
He did
It is
jump through
now-
a closed window, right?
He jumped
That
past you guys, so with disengage, he was able to get away from you guys without you getting a chance to attack him, and he jumped out the open window that you guys came in.
Wait, then he ran through the room with.
No, you guys
Chad.
came through the... So this is Chad. Chad stands up between you two, dodges back and forth a bit, feints you out, jumps out the window, and runs the fuck away.
Wait, don't we get attack initiative then?
Because he took
No.
disengage, no.
Fuck.
It's a thing that rogues do. At next level, Jill will be able to do it. Technically, you
Damn
can do it
rogues.
as an action, but he can do it as a bonus action, which is why he was able to run so far. The bandit will stand up. Not bandit, I didn't say that. And it will pull out a crossbow, and it will fire it at our Warforged friend. Come on, big numbers.
What you talking about? You're supposed to get low numbers.
What is your armor class, Preacher?
20.
Yep, that's a Warforged for you.
Yep.
So Warforged. I'm not gonna say what I am actually still.
No. It lightly clings off of you and does absolutely no damage. Which does bring us back to Jill. It is your turn.
Go after him.
Um,
We can't let him escape.
so, out the window, run. So,
I would fly. If I were
Hang
you.
on. Hang on.
Let players play their characters.
And let
Oh,
people
bud.
think.
So about 10 feet into the room. If I jump out the window, and go into the air, how much movement will you allow me?
Go out the window, jump. Well, the moment you get out the window, you see that he's just gotten to the end of the building. And otherwise,
So how far away is that?
it is, God, I'm having issues with words here. It's only like 20 or 30 feet.
Alright, then if I jump out the window and that's the case, I am going to just shoot him.
All right.
Is 15 enough to hit?
Yes, 15 is definitely enough to hit.
Alright, then I don't need to roll the other part.
Six damage total.
Bad.
He drops
Considering
to the ground in a slump at the edge of the street. Naked as the day he was born, gripping daggers in each hand.
I yell out, he's down.
perfect.
All right.
And then I yell out, go help Preacher.
So with him down, that does move to Alistair. It is your turn.
All right.
Oh, actually, real quick, do I have enough movement to jump back into the room?
No.
Okay.
Did think
Alright.
so, but
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out and exactly how far away is the guy that is engaging Preacher from me
The
when I
creature?
exit the room?
He would be probably about 20, 25 feet away from you. He would just be outside of your movement range.
All right. I'm going to attempt to throw my kunai at his hand to try and disarm him to give Preacher a chance to not have to worry about him getting attacked.
All right. Make your attack roll.
I was worried.
All right. D20 plus 5.
Keeping an eye on chat. Pierce Game Junkie has already figured out what I am.
I mean, you cast Bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it as a paladin too, though.
You're in a thieves guild.
You have a point. I mean, I could still be an evil paladin, but no, I'm not.
All right. That will certainly hit.
Plus.
Oh yeah.
Also, game points out your name is Preacher.
Yeah.
So, Alistair, your kunai flies true and strikes him. Roll for damage.
Paladins are preachers too.
no, they're not so much.
They can be.
He's trying.
Depends
He's
on what
trying
you
so
do.
hard. He's trying so hard.
Whatever. Whatever.
I think the only argument is I
Uh,
don't think paladins get spells at
D-
first level.
Was it D6 or D4?
D4 for dagger.
D4 plus 3.
Paladins do not get spells at first level. Speaking from experience.
I know that. Shush.
D4 plus 3. Eh. 7!
Sinks straight into the back of his skull, the dagger point
Oh!
coming out of his mouth.
Oh,
He
shit.
gurgles and slumps to the ground.
Well then.
Not what I was aiming for, but
After a few moments of peace, you realize there is no more sound aside from the squeak of rats and the occasional rustle of the wind through the shutters. The
Well,
building has fallen silent.
shall we work on finding Kyle now?
Jill jumps back through the window and decides to scour the room.
ah, you beat me to it.
Go ahead.
Creature just
I
got
will
the-
say that if all of you head over there, you'll get into the room about the same time and can
Yeah.
search the room.
Yeah.
I start searching the room.
Do you need investigation?
Sure.
Never ask the DM. Never
Damn it.
ask the DM if he needs a roll. DM will always say yes.
Go ahead and make it at advantage, as everybody seems to be searching.
So everyone's at advantage.
I got an unnatural 20.
I got a 10.
Alright, I'm just checking what my advantage is for. You said investigation?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, believe that we noticed that that was a flat for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
flat
believe
for
so,
you,
I'm
it's
just-
flat for me.
Yeah. I believe she's the only one that doesn't have a flat.
Correct.
Alright, just wanted to double check.
And like I said, I got an unnatural 20.
Okay.
Which I know doesn't really matter with skill checks, but
Preacher's had some okay rolls. 10s aren't bad.
I got a 15.
Nice.
Woohoo!
So in searching about the room, you find a whole hot, like, 4 gold. And, what amounts to 4 gold and 3 silver.
Now, how much silver is a gold coin?
They move in 10s, so 10 copper to 1 silver, 10 silver to 1 gold, 10 gold to 1 platinum. If you ask me about Electrum, I'll tell you it doesn't exist.
Electrum is weird.
Elect-
I tossed silver to
What about
everyone.
platinum?
So, coppers are pennies, silvers are dimes, golds are dollar pieces, and platinum are $10 pieces.
Ew.
So Jill
Fancy.
tosses a silver and a gold to everyone.
And the remaining gold?
She keeps it.
Sleight
Hey.
of, if you're going to hide that from them, sleight of hand check.
Yep.
And we roll perception.
Yep.
And for me, that's just a natural.
Flat roll.
Yeah. Fuck you!
You know, you still have to hope that we don't get nat 20s ourselves.
Uh,
If you get nat 20s,
25. You guys don't have any pluses. Either way, I outroll you.
except it's crit.
Hers is a crit
Fuck.
too.
Yeah, a crit on a crit would just kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah, you know,
It
Jill,
depends on the DM.
you guys get your 1 gold, 1 silver each. And you don't see anything weird. It looks like that's all she took for herself. An even distribution of funds. Other than that, you find some
I'm a sleight of
food.
hand proficiency 2, damn it.
Oh. So
She
aside
just
from
beat me
that,
to it. Anyways,
you guys do find a corner where there should be a chamber pot. Instead, it's just refuse, leaving a rather foul odor in the room.
Disgusting.
Some moldy bits of food here and there. Some fresh food. Piles of women's clothes that are, mostly ragged. But you don't find anything else of value in this room.
Yeah, I wouldn't even touch the food to be honest. So alright, Preacher's just gonna slowly walk out.
Officially,
I'm-
your mission is complete. You have killed Karen.
I would like to investigate that other office. I believe there was 2 offices, you said?
Yes, I did say there was a second office.
Jill's
Yeah,
gonna remove
I'd like to go
Karen's
invest-
head.
Okay.
All right.
And while she does that, I'm going to investigate that other room.
Jill, I'll let you make a choice. You may make either an athletics check or a medicine check to remove the head. Alistair, while she's doing that, go ahead, and when you get to that office, it is locked, so you will need to make a lockpick or check it for traps.
I'd like to do, well, both.
So it's actually the same either way for me?
You do eventually remove the head. It is something that takes you some time. So you're at this for a good 5-6 minutes, sawing away at tendons and getting the knife in right.
So what do I roll to check for traps and then lockpick?
Check for traps would be investigate, and then lockpick would be thieves tool.
All right. Investigate is just a straight up 20.
Yep.
I'll just copy that.
Preacher, while they're doing that, are you going to be doing anything?
No, I've walked out and I just kind of went back downstairs.
Door looks clear to you.
Oh, well.
Go ahead and make a lockpick.
God, I hope it is. I'll still cautiously lockpick it, expecting something just in case, because I don't trust humans, and these are humans, right? For the most part.
You saw there was one halfling amongst them. She was human. Chad was human. The other bandit was actually half-elven after you get a chance to look at him.
Actually, that reminds me. I'm going to go check on that.
All I know is that there was humans, so I don't trust this area whatsoever, so I'm going to be on guard just in case.
Go ahead and thieves tool check. So that's going to be for you a +5. Proficiency plus dex. Plus the d20. So
D20 plus 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm rolling anyways.
What? After Jill removes the head...
Damn it! Like I said, unless it's to favor the party, I'm rolling crap.
You are unable to get the door to the lock to open. In addition, you hear a loud clanging noise from the other side as though something has fallen, like pots and pans. Which is something the other two of you hear as well.
Jill holding the head looks at him.
You can't see him. You're in your room. He is at the door of the other room.
And Preacher is downstairs heading for the place that he came from.
Fair enough. Alright,
So I will let Jill go first. Your reaction to a loud clanging noise.
A sigh and yelling out, "Everyone alive."
Fine, just the stupid door.
Okay.
She decides to head over to, the door that's apparently giving him trouble.
Okay.
Back where I come from, we don't have doors.
I'm
Alright.
to try and lockpick it.
Yes, I will let you make another attempt at lockpicking.
And I would no, I can't say anything.
The latch releases, but the door will not move.
Mm.
Jill
Behemoth.
shrugs, enchanted.
Say again?
Jill just shrugs and says enchanted and walks away.
Behemoth!
He is nowhere to be seen.
I yell out for him.
Behemoth, you hear just after you've poked your head through the hole in the wall you made, a call.
He lets out a groan, turns around, and walks back.
Okay. You approach them.
What?
Break down this door. I literally just pointed to a door in my room.
Why?
I want to know what's in there.
Why didn't you try picking the lock?
We did. It won't
I got
open.
the lock picked, but I'm pretty sure it's enchanted because door's still locked.
Mm.
And I don't have enough cares.
Mm. Then why don't you try breaking the door down, kobold?
Look at me. I'm 3 feet.
And?
You're twice my size and twice as big. Which makes more sense? Me trying to break down this door or you? Besides, I remember them talking about how Karen robbed a rich man. Perhaps there's more gold in there.
Preacher just like rolls his eyes as he pushes Alistair out of the way.
Ah!
You know, just so he can get in front of the door.
Okay.
And then he attempts to kick it down. I'm assuming is that
Strength
just
check.
strength or is it athletics?
I forget, but
Either
we'll
way,
get.
it's
We'll,
the same.
well, if it's the same, it doesn't
Well,
matter.
when Zen did it,
18.
it was strength.
Different DMs, different policies.
True.
There are rules specifically about it, but the way Arcadum does it, you don't always see all of the back-end math on how those checks go. Not against him. He does a fantastic, glorious job. Clearly, he makes great money and does a living, and he's fantastic. But he just does things just that touch differently. Anyways, with a 18, you will put your foot solidly through the door, disproving the concept that it was enchanted, and you will hear more clanging, as though more pots and pans are banging, and you feel your foot strike something that might very well be a pot.
I have a feeling that they've barricaded the door, so it's open though. I just kicked off the handle, so good luck with that. And then he walks back away to go check on the fucking halfling.
Poking your head in, you see that there is literally a pile of junk in the way. Apparently, somebody was smart enough to set up a trap that if somebody tried to pick the lock of the door, it dropped shit in front of the door.
Ugh. I try and scoot things away from the door so I can open it enough to where I can get in.
Jill doesn't care enough and follows a preacher back and says, I know a place we can take him to get him medical care and not have him be killed by the Black Hand if we feel so inclined.
Yeah, I've got another idea. And he just kind of like grabs him, yanks his blanket out of the guy's mouth, and like shakes it off real quick and like even
Thank you. Oh. God, it's so hard to breathe with one of those in your mouth. My jaw is so sore. Oh. I heard.
He just kind of grabs the wound and
Ah!
offers a little healing, healing prayer. So, yes, I'm actually spending a spell slot on saving this random asshole.
1d8 plus modifiers.
No, it's 1d4.
Oh, you're only
I'm not
putting.
giving him that much.
You're only giving him a word of good health.
Yeah.
Okay. Grabbing his wound is entirely unnecessary at that point.
It really is, but I mean.
Just
So what about me?
them doesn't mean you can't be an asshole.
All right.
What?
7.
What's happening on my end?
His wound get to you in just a second. Everybody gets their
Yeah.
turn. I pay
I know.
attention.
I'm done.
The wound heals itself, and he's like, oh, that feels so much better. Oh.
Does he have a dagger on him? Hold on. Does he
Yes, he has a dagger. It's currently tied
I'm
up
gonna-
with the ropes.
take his dagger away, use it to cut up the ropes? To cut the ropes, and then I'm just gonna tell him, get out of here. If you say a word about anything that's happened tonight, you know what will come for you.
I hate to press my luck, but can I have my dagger back? It's literally my cheese knife, and I don't have money to buy a new one. And you look down, and it is literally his dagger is just a simple cheese knife. It barely constitutes being a dagger.
He just shoves it into his hands. Now get out of here.
Point first or pommel first?
Pommel first. I'm an asshole. I'm not gonna hurt him after I just healed him. I'm an asshole, not stupid.
He will. Thank
So
you.
what's that, preacher?
I will never cross the Black Hand. They'll never ever see me ever again. I will figure another way in life. And he fucking bolts it out the door.
Jill looks and says, the other guy had 2 daggers when he ran off if you want another one.
I don't care.
And back to Alistair. As you scramble and try and push things open, you come to realize that part of the reason it is immovable is a large wooden block has been placed, door block, has been placed on top of it and wedged in place by 2 dressers. You are not opening this door, and you are not climbing in. However, looking around inside, you see that it is mostly a junk room. There is a bed, so this is probably where Kyle sleeps, but he's not home right now.
Damn it. Nothing. I then go around and collect the kunai that I threw.
Okay, you're able to recover your weapons just fine.
Jill wants to go get the daggers that the guy ran off with.
You pick the daggers, you go to collect the daggers, and he no longer has them.
Jill shrugs, walks back and says, I'm heading back. I have our proof, and holds up the head.
Jeez. Overcompensation much?
It's easier than carrying the whole body back.
True enough.
You do know I could have
Rather
done
than just
that.
shrug and then follow her.
I could have just carried her whole. You do realize this, right?
Why? We don't need the rest of the body. Let someone else deal with it.
Besides, do you want
We
to be
also
seen
don't need to leave
carrying a-
evidence that there's a dead person here.
Your job was to leave a message.
Oh wait, never mind. You're right. Ah!
Besides,
My brain
do you
said.
want to be seen carrying a naked dead woman around town? It's easier to conceal a head than it is a whole body.
You're
You
fairly
can pretend the
confident.
woman's drunk.
You're fairly confident that walking around with either a decapitated head or a dead body is just enough to tip the balance that the guards will actually do something.
Which is why I
God,
stated that it's
throws it
easier
in
to
the
hide a
bag.
No,
head
you
than
have a
it
point.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, if
Just-
you throw it in a
You
bag,
just fly back. I'll meet you back at the base.
yeah, you're confident if you just throw it in a bag, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I throw it in the bag and I take off full speed back.
All right.
There is no need to dawdle while carrying a severed human head, even if it is in a bag.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys start making your way back. You get back and
Hold it.
go ahead.
I do want to do one thing. On my way back, I do want to try and pickpocket a few humans.
All right.
Cool.
Go ahead.
You're just walking back with Preacher and Bob.
All right. Go
And
ahead
then
and
just-
make a sleight of hand check.
It's would that be a D20 plus 5? I believe.
If that is your increase to that, then yes, it would be.
I believe it's a plus 5. It's
What
around
is your
there.
sleight of hand bonus?
I'm going to quickly check that. Because I'm pretty sure it's a plus 5, but I could be wrong.
I do believe yours is a +5. Yes.
Oh, nope, plus 3.
Ah, see.
See?
I'm trained then.
Alright. What'd I get? I can't see it.
That is a 19 total.
Ooh, nice.
That is fantastic. So, with that, you're able to, on your way back, pickpocket a human that you see. You are a little bit surprised as you're wandering, as you would have expected this empire of humans that slaughtered your family to have a lot more humans. And while there are definitely a lot, you also see a considerable sum of dwarves and gnomes and elves. Well, not so many elves, but definitely half-elves. As well as a handful of the, quote, beast races, like your Ironcraft friends, some Tabaxi cat people. You know, just spread out. And you see even, again, a couple of other warforged, other automatons wandering the streets. So, this empire, despite being ruled, as far as you know, by humans, is actually rather diverse in its population. But you are able to pickpocket 3 copper out of a lowly peasant's pockets. Alright.
So pathetic, these humans. Can't even scrounge up more than 3 coppers. Pathetic.
Alright, so, Jill, as soon as you get back, the middle finger that sent you guys on the mission is actually waiting in the same room. He has a book in his hand and is reading. He's reading by magic light. so that it does not ruin his eyes terribly. He thumbs the book, looks up at you. Your two compatriots, did they live?
Yes. Just,
And-
I was carrying this and pulls out the head. So I figured dawdling and, was not my best option.
Prudent. We'll go over details as soon as the other two return. And he goes back to reading his book and ignores you.
Jill just sits down against a wall and closes her eyes for a bit.
Preacher is actually next to return, despite his slight speed disadvantage of being unable to fly, as Alistair has brought himself off on a mission to pickpocket, and that takes some time to set up and case properly. And then, lastly, Alistair arrives, and the middle finger looks up. Ah, congratulations, you all three lived. And I see a decapitated head that I recognize to be Karen. Well done.
Left the body.
I was going to ask what you had done as far as leaving an actual message. Because normally, we would just leave the dead body and let them assume it was us.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew we got the correct person. So we left the decapitated body of her, and one of the other guy's bodies is in the alley right next door.
I appreciate your prudence in wanting to prove yourself. However, he'll snap his fingers. And you'll hear a voice, I don't respond to snaps. And Garthok, your father, walks out. And the middle finger continues. People were watching you all night. We know exactly what you did. You don't think we send newbies on a mission without a little bit of insurance?
I had a fair feeling he was the one following us, but I still felt it being prudent to,
Yes. Well, I know I said we already know, but I still want the full details. Did you just kill her? Did you kill anybody else? I think you said you left one on the street. Do you know who it was?
Chad.
We killed the idiot you
Ah.
call Chad.
Chad is dead. I don't normally go for moral pleasantries, but that does warm my soul a bit.
Kyle wasn't around, so we did not get him, but we killed one of their other underlings. A second underling we shot, but we let him go at the end, so,
He gave us information we needed.
He was also afraid and,
So
you
we
know,
gave
running
him
for
a
his
present.
life. So it's a pretty good message.
Yeah. Just be careful about those acts that appear to be mercy. They might get you killed one day.
Oh, we left
Understandable.
him nothing but a butter knife.
Well, I'm
Don't
surprised he
you
even
say
had
that?
that. Those men were just absolutely worse. Maybe he'll make a better life as a farmhand somewhere. Congratulations. Thank you for killing Chad. You will all find in your rooms tonight a bag of gold regarding your bonuses for your actions this evening and compensation for your mission. You may now all consider yourselves official pinkies of the Black Hand.
Yay, a
Yay.
pinky.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking,
Yes.
oh, compensation and rewards for what you've done. And we're just basically done.
Hey, being lookout and security, like there's values in those jobs.
Yeah, he's basically done nothing.
Yeah, I just realized he did absolutely nothing. That entire time, he just stood there like a...
He blessed you. He distracted the one guy.
Yeah,
To be honest,
the
I did
one
a good
guy that
job.
I murdered with one kunai, which is a weapon that's not meant to kill.
You know, the
That's
bless
the
is a
funniest
lot
part.
better than you think.
That's the funniest part. The kunai is not a killing weapon; it's a weapon to disarm.
Yeah. The other thing is, to be fair, when I put this mission together, I had originally been told it would be a
Yes,
bard
same.
joining us, not a warforged cleric. So
No,
I had
Actually, it was a bard, so.
I had designed this to entirely be a stealth mission. And then we got Mr. Loud Clangy, and I'm like, I'm not changing it. We'll see what people do.
Yeah, originally I was thinking doing a bard, and then I thought, eh.
Yeah,
So,
but that was
Team
fun to
Lucky,
adapt
you
to
have
him.
my applause.
I'm glad that there was fun to be had.
All right.
So,
Okay.
I will update character sheets with reward gold once I determine it. And yeah, that was our one shot. If we do this again, we can bring back same characters, new characters. We'll figure that out at the time. But thank you for joining for this little experiment, and I hope you guys had fun.
I did.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I did
Well.
next to nothing, but it was still fun.
I've done next to nothing many a times and had a blast doing it.
Yeah.
Alright, chat, thanks for tuning in and watching me DM for this gaggle of insanity. And everybody have a good
Yeah.
night.
Good night.